Peace and light, family. I hope that y'all are well. I hope you can hear me. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. That I just had to do. I hope that y'all are well, family. I'm sending you much love and much light on this beautiful, beautiful day. In New York City, it is not as beautiful. So today, well, it's a beautiful day, but it's a little dark outside, a lot of dark outside. They say it's not supposed to rain, but it's very, very, very dark out and gloomy looking outside. It's very windy, but it's 76 degrees. Hey, Robbie. Thank you. You like the setup, Robbie? Something a little different, something a little new, but yeah, it's very dark outside today, but it's nice and windy. I love the wind. It's nice and windy and everything. Hey, K Dog. So I'm enjoying this day thus far. And I hope that you guys, I genuinely hope that you are well. We are at the middle of the week. I was talking to some friends this morning, and this week has been something else for quite a few people. Hey, Aiken. This week has been something else for quite a few people. And I do understand that, this is a time. This is truly a time. It really is. Like, so much is going on in the world today. Everything from the social justice issues that's happening. People are the pandemic, people are really like coping with coming in and out of quarantine and all that other stuff, and not being sure when it comes to like safety and health. And I have a few friends who are teaching still, and they are supposed to be returning back to the classroom like in physical form this week. Some friends who are already back in the classroom and feeling uncomfortable. People at the school are getting COVID and all kind of stuff. So it's a lot going on, you guys. And really, I just urge everyone to focus on maintaining your wellness. Take care of yourself. Put yourself first, family. Trust me, this is a time where we absolutely need to be selfish. We have to be selfish, family. Like, you have to really self-preserve and do what you need to do just to make sure that you are well. Have your meditation time, have your tea time, take some deep breaths, stop, pause. Even if you got to lock yourself in the bathroom, if you have kids and, a spouse and a family who rely on you, just take time, lock yourself in the bathroom, and be like, look, I got to use the bathroom. Close that door and just breathe. Take some lavender in there, maybe a little lemongrass, some sage, some basil, some rosemary. These are very calming herbs, and you really just want to just breathe it in, just tap in and just recenter yourself. Try to do that at least 3 to 5 times a day. Just stop everything. Find a space where you can close off. I like to carry around little essential oils with me. So I'll carry around like a little lavender, a little lemon oil, and I'll just open it up and rub a little under my nose and just take deep breaths and do breathing meditation. Even if you just do 10 deep breaths, that takes about a minute, maybe 10 deep, conscious, mindful breaths, and just recenter yourself. And as you breathe in each breath, envision your chakras, tap into your chakras, envision them lighten up, brightening up, envision your third eye opening, envisioning your heart open, envision your throat chakra open. Just really like tap into each of your chakras and envision them opening up and receiving light energy, releasing negative energy, and just breathe in the wellness. Okay, family? And you may look a little weird to some people if you have to do this in a classroom or if you have to do this out in public. Sometimes you may have to do it on a train. Hey, Orange Moon. Sometimes you may have to do it on a train. You may look a little weird, and that's okay. But, being a healer and healing and doing what you need to do sometimes may take you looking a little weird sometimes. It may take you looking a little crazy. You want to dance in the sun and you want to bow to the moon and you want to do all of these spiritual things that some people look at like, what is she doing? What is he doing? But really, that's sometimes what it takes. So I wanted to go live today. Do I have suggestions to what's finish it out? Do I have suggestions to what? Um, I wanted to go live today to discuss family support. So in the wellness community, I was reading back, and we were told, do you have suggestions to get chakras in alignment? Okay, chakra alignment. I have some suggestions for that. I'll talk about that at the end. Remind me of that, and I'll talk about ways to align your chakras really quickly at the end, and give some details on things you can do to align your chakras. But I wanted to do this live to discuss family support because I was in the wellness community group chat. Shout out to the wellness community. And the topic of family support came up, especially when dealing with a spouse, a husband, or a wife. And a lot of us who are consciously on a spiritual journey, consciously on a healing journey, we are changing. Yeah, I think of Jennifer Hudson. Look at me, I am changing. Come on, Jennifer. Come on now, dream girl. But when you have that look at me, I am changing moment, and sometimes, we look around us and the people that we love the most, the people that we care about the most, the people that we are hoping would root for us. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they aren't supporting us. Sometimes they aren't pro our healing journey or our spiritual journey. Sometimes they may think you are weird or crazy. They may think that you are demonic or doing something that they just don't agree with. Therefore, they stop supporting you. I often get the question of, well, my family doesn't support me. What do you do? How do you suggest that, I tell my family to support me? How do I get my family on board to support me? And I understand that feeling. I understand the feeling of wanting a support circle and hoping that the people who are in your circle will be those people, right? That your mother, your father, your children, your husband, your wife, whoever is in your immediate circle, your siblings, your friends, your best friend, you hope that they will support you during these times. Um, and in actuality, they don't. It doesn't feel like they're supporting you. It doesn't feel like they know you. It doesn't feel like they care about you, and you wonder why. Why is it? Why is my family not supporting me? Why is my husband or my wife or my children, my parents, my siblings, my best friends, why are they not supporting me? I'm going to pose a couple scenarios, family, that really help us break through and understand the dynamic of family support and just support in general from people we love. Number one, you really want to assess in your life, do people truly love you? Do the people in your life truly love you? Oftentimes, we have people in our life who they love how we make them feel. They love what we do for them. They love the vibe or the energy we bring. They love so many things about us. They love that when they're around us, they feel like a better version of themselves. They love attributes of us. They love that you make them laugh. They love certain things. But do they love you? Without any of that other stuff, without any of the roles that you play, do they love you as a person, as a human being? Aside from being their sister, their aunt, their cousin, their brother, their niece, nephew, sister, husband, wife, daughter, son, regardless, do they love you as a person? We have to differentiate people in our life who love us versus who love what we do or the role that we play for them and how we benefit them. Some people love the way that you benefit them, but they don't necessarily love you as a person. And to really know the difference, you have to ask yourself, even when I am not being the funny person, even when I'm not being their go-to person that they can call on for advice, even when I'm not being the cooker or the cleaner, the good lover, if I'm not being any of the things that they love about me, do they still show me love? That is how you know whether people truly love you or they love what you do for them. Do they show you love when you are not playing the role in their life that they prefer? Do they love you? And what does it mean to show you love? What does that mean? For me, I would say love is respect, love is kindness, love is wellness intentions, love is a hug, love is a kiss, love is a thank you for being present, love is appreciation. Love is so many things, so many ways love can be expressed, right? But the thing is, do they love you when you are not playing those roles? Do they love you? Absolutely. Love is respect. And the thing is, you will know whether or not people love you Because when you are not playing those roles, do they still express love in the same way? When you are not being the cooker, the cleaner, the lover, the listening ear, the counselor, the provider, or any of those things, when you are not being those things, do they still show you respect? Do they still say thank you? Do they still hold on to you? Do they still give you love? Do they still show you love when you are not playing those roles? So differentiate those people in your life. Differentiate the people who love you versus who love what you do for them. Please differentiate. Now, once you realize the people who love you, then you have to understand, what does support look like for them, right? What does support look like for them? And I really urge us to assess, how do we identify support, or what do we call support? Because honestly, family, people may be supporting you and you may not know that, or realize that they are supporting you. They may be showing you support in a way that you may not realize that you need them to show it. Okay. And I want to clarify or give some examples of what I mean by that. First off, we have to understand that, support is not just somebody rooting for you and saying, yes, do this, oh, you want to start a spiritual journey? Yes, start it. Okay, I'm with that. What are you reading? Joining you on your journey, wanting to read what you read and do what you do and pray what you pray. Sometimes support does not look like that. Sometimes support is the very judgmental, boisterous family member being quiet. Sometimes that is support. The judgmental, boisterous family member who is anti everything except what they do, sometimes them just being quiet is support. Sometimes the family member who, they think that, or that African spirituality stuff that you do, that's demonic. They think that, but them not saying that is a version of support. Them not downing you, them giving you your space to do you. They may not join you, they may not be cheerleading for you, but they just back up and give you your space to do you. Sometimes that is support. I think sometimes we want support in the way that we want to see it. We want support in the way that we want to feel it, or sometimes in the way that we would give it. When in actuality, that's just not who they are. That's not who they are. That's not how they give support. That's not how they show support. Some people may completely disagree with what you are doing, and they have the right to do that. And their way of showing support is just giving you space to do what you do. Okay, so be open to receiving support in different forms. Sometimes giving support to you while you are on your healing journey or on your spiritual journey is just being a listening ear. Your friend, your husband, your wife, your children, sometimes they may just listen to you because, we get excited. When you start a new journey, especially dealing with spirituality or anything new, you start doing a bunch of research and, you get excited about these things and you just want to share it with somebody. So you may share it with them and they say, okay, that's nice. Okay. All right. And that's support enough. That's support enough. They may not be as excited as you are. They may not agree with everything that you have to say. Sometimes even them challenging you is support, because they're pushing your thinking. So sometimes that is support. Sometimes I'm saying like, oh, sis, I don't, it started in Egypt. You think so? Okay, it's burning sage and stuff. You think that that's okay? Why do you think that's okay? Sometimes asking questions is support because it's the push you need to go even deeper. I think that we have to really assess what we consider is a lack of support. When I think of lack of support, I think of people being extremely disrespectful. For me, I equate a lack of support with showing a lack of love. You are not showing me love. When someone stops showing you love, that means that they are not supporting you. If love for you is respect, if someone who claims that they love you is disrespecting you, that means they don't love you. So my point is, when we think of, family or anyone not showing us support, really, it's not that they aren't showing us support that hurts. It's that they have stopped loving you in ways that you identify expressions of love. If they are showing a lack of respect for you and you identify love as being respect, then that means that they are not showing you love, which is a different conversation. If we want to be able to have conversations with our family members, our friends, our spouses, we have to separate the journey. You got to separate the journey, because if, for example, if you're talking to your family member about, I feel like you don't support me on my spiritual journey, as opposed to, discussing the topic of not supporting you, it's immediately going to go to the topic of the spiritual journey, which they can say, well, I don't agree with that. I don't feel like that's okay. No, 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 no. We have to separate the journey. It's not about what you are supporting me and not supporting me doing. It's the fact that I identify love as support. And when you are not supporting me in anything I'm doing, I feel like you are not showing me love. Those are the conversations that we need to have. You are not showing me love because you disrespect me. You label me as demonic. You label me as evil when I do these things, and that hurts my feelings, because someone who loves me would not put those types of labels upon me if you truly love me. Those are the discussions we have to have. We have to start to separate the journey from the issue. The real issue is that they are not expressing love to you in the way that you need it. They are not speaking your love language, okay? Which is a whole separate issue, So I want to take into account the specific topic that came up in the wellness community group chat, which was, a spouse. Marriage is a different type of commitment. And the beauty of marriage, right? The difference between being married to someone and having this discussion with a mother, a father, a sibling, or a friend or anything, the true difference is that with marriage, you have committed to support this person through the transitions of life. That's a commitment that was made, no matter how you worded it, through sickness and health, through good and for better or for worse, good and bad, ups and downs, richness or poor, whatever your vows were. You agree to support this person through the transitions of life. So when you are having this discussion with the spouse, as opposed to strictly identifying it or associating it with your spiritual journey, because once again, you don't want that to become the debate. Instead of, just I don't feel like you support me on my spirituality journey. Have the discussion of, I am transitioning in life and I desire for you to express love to me this way. I desire for you to support me through this transition of life. I don't know who I'm becoming. I don't know what's on the other side of this. Yes, I'm choosing this path, but I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's coming. I can't tell you what's going to be, but I can tell you that I'm committed to loving you no matter who I become. I can tell you that I'm committed to being your partner no matter where I am. And I just hope that you commit to be the same for me. Bring it back to the commitment, bring it back to the love, as opposed to bringing it to the journey. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing about that is, it's important to remind people that we love of that, no matter who it is, spouse, family, friends, whoever. It's important to remind them that I am going to be your friend. I'm going to be your daughter. I'm going to be your son, your husband, your sister, your brother. I'm going to be that person. I'm committed to playing this role in your life because I love you, no matter who I become. Because oftentimes what it is fear. Family usually does not support you. Friends usually don't support you because they are in fear that the new you will no longer love them. The new you that you are becoming will no longer accept them for who they are, because they are still who they feel. They think they still are who they were in the beginning. So a lot of times that's what it is. A lot of times it's, I don't think that you becoming this new person and I don't know this person. This is not the person that I've been friends with. I've been a family member with. This is not the person who I fell in love with. Especially when it's a spouse, they fear that you have become a new person, or you will become a new person who will no longer accept them for who they are, because they think that they're still the old them. Or they may not feel that they're changing with you or changing as rapidly as you are. So they fear that you will reject them. So I think when you're having that conversation, it's important to remind them that no matter who I become, I'm committed to you. No matter who I become, I love you for who you are. I'm not expecting you to change with me. I'm not expecting you to do what I do or be into what I'm into. Say that. Say that and be clear about that. I'm committed to loving you for who you are. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just becoming a better me because this is what's good for me and this is what I need to do, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to love you anyway. Reminding our family and friends of that is very, very, very important, and holding on to that. Holding on to our commitment. Let them know I'm holding up my end of the bargain. Are you willing to do the same? We have to remind them of that. And then set expectations. Set expectations. Set expectations for how you expect to be supported, how you expect to be loved, but be mindful that your expectations are realistic for who they are. Your expectation should not be for them to change with you. Your expectation is not for them to change anything about themselves. Make sure that your expectations are aligned with exactly who they are as people. Understand? Because sometimes we expect things from people who have consistently shown us that that's not a part of their character. Your judgmental, super Christian friend, you cannot expect them to want to sit through conversations with you on African spirituality. That's not a part of their character. We cannot expect that of them. We cannot expect them to be okay and be on board when we're talking about orishas and stuff. You can't expect your pastor friend or your super Christian friend to want to sit with you through a conversation on orishas. That's not in their realm of possibility. So we can't expect that from them, but what you can expect them to do is to be supportive of you, maybe just through silence. Please just don't judge me when I say that I'm into this. Please don't judge me when I say I'm into this. Please, I'm not going to say judge because you can't control what people thinking. People going to judge, but don't overtly judge me. Don't call me names. Don't say that I'm doing devil's work or this is witchcraft or that's evil. Just can you refrain from labeling my practices with negative connotations and negative terms and things like that? Please, can you refrain from that? Really like just set expectations like that. Sometimes, I just need you to hold back on the negative comments. Those are expectations you can set with your super Christian friend. Saying, oh, I want you to have the conversation with me about Oshun, and I want us to be able to sit and talk about the relationship between Oshun and Shango and how that's manifested in my life. That's not the friend that you can sit and have that conversation with. You have a spouse. If your spouse is super religious, you can't expect your spouse to be praying with you at the altar. That's not going to happen. Okay, if your spouse is a super Christian or maybe not even religious at all, you can't expect them to become spiritual with you if they have shown time and time again that they just not into religion or spirituality. That's the big thing. You can't expect certain things out of certain people if they've shown you that that's not in their repertoire. So set your expectations of them, but make sure it's realistic and aligned with who they are. Okay, and honestly, family, I'm just gonna say a couple more things before I move on to the chakra alignment. I didn't forget. Yeah, please still remind me. But honestly, when we're having these conversations with our family members or we're assessing the people who love us, not what we do for them, but the people who love us, and we are desiring for them to support us, right? And we're showing them that I'm on a healing journey. I'm on a transition journey, no matter what the journey is. I'm on a transition journey. We're showing them that, right? Oftentimes, what we have to do is we got to stop and we got to ask ourselves, am I for real about this thing? Am I serious about this? Am I truly on this journey that I want them to support me through, this transition that I want them to cheer me on for, support me and love me through? Am I serious and am I showing a commitment and love and support for myself? Are you supporting yourself? Sometimes we are relying on people around us to support us in ways that we aren't even supporting ourselves. Are you supporting yourself through your journey? People treat you how you teach them to treat you. And the way you teach people how to treat you is by how you treat yourself. You teach people how to treat you based on how you treat yourself. You got to support yourself through your journey. You got to love yourself through your journey. You have to speak words of affirmation on yourself. You have to speak of yourself in a kind, light-filled way. You have to show yourself the support that you want other people to show you. If you're tired of people telling you that, oh, that's stupid or that's dumb or that I don't see why you're doing that, that's demonic and that's da 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 da, you have to not speak of yourself in that way. I try to remind people of this often. I have a family member who, every time she has this thing of, she says, "I'm so you know I'm dumb, so girl, you know I'm stupid, so girl, you know I'm dumb, I'm did," and I'm like, I understand that you're being sarcastic and things like that. And I love you. And because I love you, I know that about you. I know you don't really feel like you're dumb. I know you don't really feel like you're stupid. But you know how you're always upset that your mom talks down on you or speaks to you condescendingly? Maybe because it's the energy that you put out about yourself. You speak about yourself in a condescending way. You speak about yourself in a downward talking way. You call yourself dumb and stupid. That's an energy that you're projecting and an energy you're putting out. And without even consciously realizing it, she may be accepting that energy and think it's okay to speak to you the way that you speak about yourself. Therefore, we have to be mindful of how we speak on ourselves, how we speak on what we do, what we're trying. Oh, I don't really know about this. I don't know. This sounds dumb. I don't really get that. I don't know. Okay, wait a minute. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Go back. Read it again. Watch it again. You're learning something new about spirituality. You're watching a documentary. You're reading a book or something. It's like, I don't get that. You get frustrated, and without even realizing it, you are projecting an energy that this is too much, or this is complicated, or this is beneath you or beneath your understanding. But what you really need to do is you need to step back and need to take a deep breath and say, I'm open to this information, and rewind that doc or flip that page back over and go back and reread. Take your time. See, when your family sees you trying to learn this new information, or they see you trying to practice these new things, and you're easily frustrated and you're easily frazzled by it and you give up on it, that's what you're showing them is okay. They hear you talking about all this spirituality stuff and all of that, but the moment frustration comes up, you give up and you have a temper tantrum and you go crazy. You're showing them that spiritual shit you talking is just bullshit. You ain't really about that life. Because look, if spirituality causes you to act like that, then I don't want it. You sit here talking about spirituality, Orishas and all this other stuff, but then you judging every person that walk past, and you always got something negative to say about somebody else. If that's how spirituality and Orishas that make you act, I don't want that. This is what people who thinking. They thinking it. They may not be saying it, but they thinking it. Oh, she claims she's so different, but look at her. And it's not to say that they're right. It's not to say that they're right, because when you are on a transition journey, all of that takes time, right? To understand how to manage and handle your anger, manage frustration and sadness and all that stuff. All of that takes time. But we have to be mindful of the perception of other people, especially the people that you want to support you on this journey. So you're expecting people to support you on this journey, but in actuality, are you supporting yourself on this journey? Are you allowing this journey to support you and to really work you and to work through you? Are you really doing the work? Because if you show commitment, they will show commitment. If you show love to yourself, they will show love to yourself. And you know why? Because you ain't going to allow yourself to accept anything else. When you really love yourself, when you really honor yourself and you support yourself, you do not allow yourself to accept anything else. You will stop negativity in its tracks. It cannot come near you. It cannot. Trust me. It cannot find you. The moment that it tries to approach, your aura stops it in its tracks. I shall not tolerate it. And unfortunately, when it comes to people that we love, we have a habit of, we'll let them pass. We'll let them pass. They get away with one negative comment, two negative comments, three negative comments, and we don't necessarily stop them. However, it goes back to setting your boundaries. You have to set your boundaries, and to support yourself, you have to stick to your boundaries and set consequences for when your boundaries are crossed. If a boundary for you is my family member, my loved one cannot downplay or down talk the things that I am doing or my new journey. I don't want any negative talk about my journey. If that is a boundary for you, when they do that, what are you going to do? What will be your response? Are you going to have a conversation? Are you going to name it? Are you going to not allow that person in your energy space anymore? Are you going to correct them? What will be the consequence for them crossing that boundary? If someone in your family looks at your altar and they say, "Oh, that's evil. I don't want to be around a girl. What's that? That look crazy. That's stupid. That's da da da." If they start doing that, what is going to be your consequence? What will you say? What will you say? Are you going to say, "Oh, okay, it's just something new I'm doing. I don't know." Okay, girl, laugh it off because that's giving them a pass. That's making them think it's okay. So when they're showing you that they don't support you, that's making them think it's okay. They could speak that negativity around your altar. They could speak that negativity about your altar. What are you going to do? Excuse me, this is my sacred space, and I understand that you may not agree with what I do, but I just ask that out of the love you have for me, can you respect my sacred space? Straight face, no smile. I'm not playing about this. Thank you. If they try to turn it into a joke, nah, sis, I'm serious though. Don't do that. Don't do that. You gotta set that boundary with love. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Be serious about your stuff. You gotta show that you're serious about it. You can't desecrate your altar. You can't have a dirty, filthy altar and expect people to respect it. Be serious about your stuff, respect your stuff. And also, if someone shows you that they're not with it, then they can't be around it. They cannot be around it. And I do understand that, once again, the situation of a spouse is very different, or children is very different, because they may live in your house. They do live in your household. You know what I'm saying? But that's why with having an altar, it's so important to have your altar in a sacred space that you can control who has access to it, even if it's in a closet, even if it's in a shoebox under your bed, okay? I don't care where it is, but have it in a sacred space where you can control who has access to it. Okay, be mindful of that. And that's another thing. Just also know that your journey is not really meant to be shared with everybody. It's not. Something Lanika and Orange Moon had brought up in the chat is that feeling of being a loner. That feeling of when you start your journey, you may feel alone. You may feel like you don't have anybody. You feel like a loner. And honestly, family, like, I put up a quote yesterday that said, "Your elevation may require isolation." When you need to elevate in your life, oftentimes you are required to be alone because you need to be stripped down. You don't need to depend on anybody for anything. You need time to sit by yourself and focus solely on yourself. You need to be alone. You need to just sit. Quiet space, sacred space, just with self. Sometimes you may be surrounded by a whole bunch of people that you love or that love you, but you still feel like you are alone because you are walking a path, a journey that is anew. It's new to you. It's new to your family. Especially when dealing with spirituality, you may feel alone because in order to be a generational curse breaker, that means that you are the first one or the only one who is walking a different path than the rest of your family. If it's a generational curse, that means that it's a spell, it's a curse, it's the energy that has blanketed the entire family for generation after generation. And your intention is to break that curse. Therefore, you got to go on a different path. So you may still be surrounded by your family, but that family, they are on the path of that energy. You have to break off and go on a separate path. So physically they are around you, but spiritually you by yourself. Spiritually you done broke off. And that's okay. That's okay. Once again, we can't expect them to support us if they are still on the path of that energy. How can they support you over here if they over there and they focused in on going their way and you going your way? They can't support you. So you got to get comfortable with being alone, spiritually alone. Okay? And spiritually alone does not have to mean that you are lonely. It just means that you are spiritually by yourself on this path, even if you are physically surrounded by a multitude. Spiritually, you are alone. And that is okay. That is okay. That is what's needed. So, how to deal with feeling like a loner is to focus solely on yourself. Give gratitude for that time to focus on yourself. Start to self assess. You have to go within and start to self assess. Assess your thoughts, assess your energy. Why do I feel like this? Why is this hurting me? Even the idea of my family doesn't support me. Why does this hurt me? Why do I feel hurt? Why do I feel sad about this? Why? Assess that trauma within yourself. In those periods of isolation, those periods of solitude, assess yourself. Why am I choosing this path? Why do I feel so fed by this journey? Why do I not feel fed about this journey? Let me go read a little more. Let me research a little more. That's more time for you to focus on what you need in order to build you up. And then, so once you focus on yourself, then you have to find family who are on the spiritual path that you're on. You got to find a community. You got to find people who are aligned with your spiritual self. You have to build up that spiritual community. You really have to consciously build that. And honestly, your energy would naturally start to attract it, right? You'll start to attract people who are just like, aligned with who you are, aligned with this new person you're becoming. You will attract that. Your energy will start to just attract that abundance of the community of people who are aligned with who your spiritual self is. So you'll find yourself running into people, who are aligned with what you do, who like the same type of music that you like now, who do what you do now, who are into spirituality and into altar work and into all of that stuff. You'll start to attract those people in the time that it's needed to happen. But truly honor the time of solitude, honor the time of being with yourself. Okay, family, honor that time and appreciate it, because honestly, it's one of the best times that you'll have. It's the time where the most healing work occurs. It's really the time where the most healing work occurs. Absolutely. K-Doll said, as you evaluate, everybody can't come. And that's so true. Everybody ain't meant to come with you. Everybody is not meant to come with you. And that's why if we go back to the first thing that I said, when I said you have to analyze who loves you versus who loves what you do for them. There are people in your life who don't really love you. They just love what you do for them. They love the role that you play for them. They love the fact that when they're around you, they learn something. Or when they're around you, they feel like their best self. Or when they're around you, they laugh a lot. They love how you make them feel. They love that you cook good, clean good, you're a good lover in the bedroom and all that stuff. They love how you make them feel, but they don't genuinely love you as a person. They don't want your wellness. Your wellness is not at the forefront of their intention. They don't know how to show you love. And those are the people who can't come with you. People who really love you, they want the best for you. And they will support you, because love is support. Why? Because support is respect. Support is kindness. Support is caring. That is what support is. What is love? Love is respect. Love is kindness. Love is caring. Love is wellness. When people have your wellness at the forefront of their intentions, that means that they want good for you. They want you to be happy. They want you to be whole. And when they see that something is bringing you happiness, when they see that something is bringing you wholeness, they will support that. They will support that. If they see that this is what brings you happiness, you want to start this spiritual journey? Cool. You look happier. You're glowing, brother. You're glowing, sister. You look good. I see you eating better. I see you thinking better. I see you speaking those words of positive affirmations. I see you loving on yourself some more. You just feel happier. Your energy just feels better. I'm happy for you. That's what they'll start to notice. People who love you. And even if they don't agree with the journey, they love who the journey is helping you to become. But people who do not love you, they will not care how good this journey makes you feel. They would not care that you are becoming a better person. They would not care that you are feeling better, looking better, doing better. They would not care. All they care about is that you are no longer benefiting them. Those are the people that you need to walk away from. Those are the people who your wellness is not conducive to their intention, or their intention is not conducive to your wellness. Okay? Those are the people that you need to separate yourself from. The people who only love what you do and don't love you, they will show it. And those are the people who are not meant to come. And honestly, sometimes those are the closest people to you. Those are the closest people to you. Sometimes. Trust me, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying that you're not going to lose close people. You're going to lose some close friends, some close family members, sometimes some spouses who you realize, like, damn, you really don't want me to be well. You see that this is making me feel good. You see that this is helping me. You really don't want me to be well. Damn, I thought you loved me. That's not love. Excuse me, family. That's not love. That's not love. You know, that is not love. Love is whole. Love is happiness. Love is caring. Okay? Love is caring, family. Please understand that. Don't tolerate anything less. Do not tolerate anything less, because once again, people will treat you how you teach them to treat you. And you teach them how to treat you based on how you treat yourself. Show that this journey is helping me. Show that this journey is making me happier. It's making me feel better. Show that. You know, show them that. Let them see that. This journey is for my wellness. This journey is making me a better person. Let them see that. Okay, but if you are showing them that this journey is not making you a better person, if you're showing them that you still the same old angry self, the same old selfish, mean self, the same old frustrated, frazzled self, if you're not showing them any better, then of course they're going to doubt the journey, and excuse me, I keep burping, sorry. But the thing is, when you are on this journey, the only way you'll be able to show them that it's working is if you truly commit to yourself and you allow it to work. You have to be committed to yourself. You have to be committed to the journey. You got to really do this work, you guys. It's more than just for show. It's more than just for show. It can't be just for show. You will know that you are truly doing the work when you really start seeing and feeling the change. When you do that moon ceremony, I think it was Buffalo Nell who was doing the moon ceremony, and in the group chat, he said afterward he felt like a burden was lifted off of him. When you are truly doing the work, you will feel those releases. You will feel that trauma release, that burden release. You will feel the difference within yourself. You will be able to assess your triggers and know this is trying to trigger a part of who I used to be. I'm not going to give it that energy. You will naturally start to become a different person because you are really doing the work. So if you are truly, truly doing this, you can't just talk about it. You got to be about it. And when you are doing it, you will naturally have effects of being a better person. And when the people who love you see that you are a better person, they will support you on that journey. They will support you on the journey of better because they love you. And once again, people who love you want you to be better. People who love you want you to be better. So I will end this conversation or end this topic with this. The main thing is you have to assess who really loves you. People who love you want you to be well. That's it. If your wellness is not at the center of their intention, they do not love you. And that may hurt. It may hurt to have to accept that. It may hurt to have to say, damn, I thought you loved me. That may hurt. But you got to realize that sometimes the people who thought you loved, or the people who thought that they loved you, they don't really love you. They love what you do for them. There's a difference. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is people who you do know love you, but they may not be showing you support the way that you need it. Have that conversation. This is how I need you to show me support, and not through this just this specific journey, but through life. This is how I need you to show me support. I'm becoming a different person. I'm becoming a new person. I need you to show me support this way. Sometimes you got to explain your love language to people because love is support. I need you to love me this way. This is what I need from you. And be mindful that your expectations from them is conducive to who they are. Okay? Be mindful of that. And the last thing is love yourself no matter what. Support yourself through the journey. Support yourself through this healing process. Support yourself through the spirituality process. Support yourself. Show yourself that support. Show yourself the love that you desire, the support that you desire, the commitment that you desire. Show that to yourself first, okay? Show that to yourself first, and you will be well. All right? So that's what I have to say on the topic of like family support. And once again, I do understand that if it's a spouse, there's a commitment there. The commitment is different. That's a life partner. A husband, a wife is a life partner. But that's when, you have to have those conversations. Have those conversations with your life partner and let them know that I'm committed to you for life. As I transition and I become a different person, I'm committed to you for life no matter who I become. And I hope that you are committed to me in the same way. Okay? Have that conversation, family. Okay, K-Dog, yes, chakras. Okay, things that you can do to align your chakras. So my first recommendation to align your chakras is a spiritual bath. Spiritual bathing. I'm not gonna go into the whole like the value of spiritual bathing and why we take spiritual baths. I feel like I've said it a million times, so I'm not gonna go into the whole value of it. But as we know, spiritual baths are needed. And the main thing overall, I'm not gonna go to the whole thing. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but the main thing overall is that spiritual baths cleanse our energy. It cleanses our energy through our pores, which are our portals. It's our area, our spaces, our sacred spaces where our energy exudes from, and how we manifest our aura. Right. So our aura expands 6 feet outside of our body. 6 feet outside of our body, our aura expands, right? Our aura is our energy field. Our energy comes from within, comes from our spirit, that our body is attempting to house, right? Our body is attempting to house our spirits, but our energy radiates through our pores, our portals, right? Which creates our aura, manifest our aura. So when you take that spiritual bath, you are cleansing your portals. You are cleansing your portals. You are cleansing your energy field. You're cleansing your energy. You're cleansing your aura through cleansing your portals, right? So you take that spiritual bath. In your spiritual bath, you want to put various herbs, various stones, crystals in that bath water that is conducive with the chakra that you want to cleanse, right? So if you want to cleanse your solar plexus chakra, that is your Oshun chakra, right? So you may put some honey, you may put some oranges, you may put some lemons, you may put some cinnamon in that spiritual bath water. You may put some rosemary and some basil in that bath water, right? So these are things that you want to put in your bath water. Put a little moon water in that bath water. So you will take a spiritual bath, and you will dedicate that spiritual bath to all of your chakras or the specific chakras that you want to cleanse. So spiritual bathing is a great way to cleanse and align your chakras. Reiki is also a great way. So spiritual bathing, Reiki. Reiki is the practice of using energy to heal, moving energy, transmuting energy throughout the body in order to heal. So you want to do Reiki. Find a Reiki practitioner. How often should we do spiritual baths? You can do spiritual baths as often as you want to. You could do them once a week. You could do them daily. You could do a spiritual bath dedicated to different things, right? So spiritual bathing is not just a one note thing. You can take a spiritual bath for energy. You could take a spiritual bath for sleep. You could take a spiritual bath for a multitude of reasons, for chakras, for anything, different chakras, anything, right? So you could take a different spiritual bath every day. If you want to take it for what you need it for that day or for that week, do it. You could have it once a month for a full moon, or for October we have 2 full moons, so twice a month if you're doing a moon bath. Take spiritual baths however often you need, but also if you are a woman, just be mindful of, your poom poom care. Okay, because we know that baths and poom poom, it's healthy, it's good, but you have to be mindful of what you're putting in that bath water and make sure that it's balancing the poom poom well. Okay, so I recommend that in your spiritual bath, I always say try to use things that are edible. If you cannot eat it, I try not to put it on my body. Okay, so just be mindful of that. That's why I'm very hesitant when it comes to like the bath bombs and the bath bubbles and all of that other stuff. Okay, a Reiki practitioner in the DMV, come on, put your information out so people can tag you and find you if they need it. But yeah, with spiritual baths, especially for the sisters, be mindful of the poom poom care. Once again, if it's not edible, try not to put it in your bath. Notice that a lot of the herbs that I name are edible herbs. Of course, herbs that we use, that herbs that you can find in your grocery store. A lot of the things that I recommend, the fresh fruit, vegetables, things like that. If you're doing a Shango bath, you may put some, or Ogun bath, you may put some okra in there. You may put some kale. You may put some, different things. So just make sure that it's things that good for the poom poom, but spiritual bathe as much as you need. Now, the second thing, Reiki practitioners. So once again, when we're doing Reiki, the intention of Reiki is to heal through moving the energy throughout your body and transmuting the energy through the body, right? So you want to find a good Reiki practitioner. Yes, come on, you better go ahead, sister. Okay, so find a good Reiki practitioner who is pure, who and I say pure because they're working with energy. So you want to be mindful of who you allow to do this work on you. Because I will say this, so I'm a licensed Reiki practitioner. And the thing with Reiki practitioners and taking different classes in Reiki, I realized that Reiki at some point, it's kind of dying down now a little bit, but at one point it was like very popular and people were talking about it a lot. So like classes and courses were being flooded for Reiki. And a lot of people were getting into it and not even really knowing what Reiki was. So there are people out here who are practicing, who are not doing the work. You know what I'm saying? See, when I look at Sean Williams, she's in the Sean, I hope I be saying your name right. I don't know if it's Sean or Shawnee. Can you phonetically put it in the? I think the phonetically put it in the comments so I can make sure I shout you out well and say your name right. But I know that she's doing the work. She's in the wellness community group chat and she posts her books. I remember you posted your bookshelf, and I know the sister is, she's a part of the conversations and she built it. I know the sister is really doing the work. So when you are having somebody work with your energy, you want to make sure that it's somebody who's really doing the work and who's really serious about this work. Okay, because they're moving energy throughout your body and they're transmuting energy. And when that is happening, sometimes, they may transfer some of their energy. So you want to be mindful of who you allow to work on you because they may transfer some of their energy to you. Sean, okay, Sean Williams. So shout out to Sean. Sean says she is a Reiki practitioner in the DMV area. Shout out to the DMV too. But she's a practitioner in the DMV area. So reach out to her, Sean Williams. But yes, you want to make sure that you have someone who is really doing the work and who has a very clear and pure energy. And not to say that their life has to be perfect, but you want to make sure that in between sessions, they're doing energy cleansing work and everything like that to make sure that they are pure before they come in contact with your energy. Now, so lining the chakra, spiritual baths, Reiki is another good one. You can also do Reiki on yourself. And by doing what I'm about to lead into the third thing, use crystals. So the beautiful thing about crystals, first off, the difference between regular rocks and stones and crystals. Crystals are stones, but they have a repetitive, layered pattern, which allows energy to flow through them in a certain way. Crystals carry a very unique vibration that is aligned with specific energy vibrations. As we know, energy vibrates, right? So when you have certain crystals like amethyst, and it may align with the energy of clarity, right? So that means that the vibration that the energy of clarity aligns with or rides on is the same vibration that amethyst rides upon. So you want to be mindful to have a crystal that is aligned with the chakra that you are attempting to enlighten or you are attempting to cleanse or align with. So get crystals to align with each of your chakras and lay them on your body. So you want to lay flat. You want to get into a deep meditative space. You want to have your crystals next to you. Relax your body, breathe, lay flat, focus on your shoulders, relax your shoulders, relax your chest, relax your stomach, relax your hips, relax your thighs, your knees, your legs, your ankles. So as you are breathing, this is about a 20-minute exercise. As you are breathing, you are literally relaxing each part of your body, your toes, your palms, the tips of your fingers, your neck, your jaw. You are focusing on one part of the body with each breath, and you're just telling yourself to relax my jaw, relax my eyebrows, and you're just telling yourself to relax. Once you feel yourself fully relaxed, you can have someone do this for you, or you can do it yourself. Just slowly but surely pick up each crystal and then lay it upon your chakra. Each crystal, lay it upon the associated chakra. Now, I advise that you have some rose water next to you or some type of herb blend water. You could have moon water. So to make, okay, y'all. So when it comes to spiritual work, right? So it's very layered. And I gotta give everything if I'm gonna give it, okay, or as much as I can if I'm gonna give it. So you probably gonna have to rewatch this and take some notes, because now I'm about to talk about how to make a cleansing herb blend, right? So you can be able to spray this when you meditate. You can be able to cleanse your household with this blend. But you can make a spiritual cleansing blend, right? It's a mist. So you want to get some moon water in a glass jar under a full moon or a new moon. You can set the jar under the full moon or new moon, and you allow the moon energy to absorb into the purified water that's in the jar. You want to bring the jar in before the sun rises. In that jar, before or after you put it under the moon, you want to put a blend of herbs in there. Whatever herbs are conducive for your intentions for that mist, right? Or that cleansing, the spiritual cleansing water. So you can add rosemary, you can add basil, you can add sage, you can add rose petals, you can add fresh lavender, you can add any of this. You can add any of this, right? So you want to put that under the moon. Take it, bring it in before sunset, add your herbs before or after. You want to put it in a spray bottle, and that is your spiritual cleanse mist, right? So when you are meditating, you can mist this in the air. When you are having company or guests over, they think that you're spraying a little air freshener or something, but you are really spraying an energy cleanser, and you just put that and spray that in the corners, okay? So back to the chakra alignment. So as you are doing your alignment, you lay back, you do your breathing meditation, you lay the stones on you, you spray your energy mist, your energy cleanser, and you go back into deep meditation, and you just repeat the process of relax your shoulders, relax your fingers, relax your legs, relax your feet, relax your entire body. Relax your entire body. I'll make an energy cleanser soon. Absolutely, Prince Onyx. Relax your entire body, okay? Once you relax your entire body, you have your stones on you. You want to bring your attention, bring your energy to your stones and your chakras. And you want to envision yourself transferring your energy from your stones to your chakra and brightening up your chakras, opening up your chakras, each and every one of them. Once again, this is about a 20-minute or longer practice. But really breathe in and envision it. Eyes closed and just envision that light piece sitting on your third eye chakra. And you can envision that big, bright blue light radiating from your chakra, opening up. You can see the energy transferring from the crystal to your chakra, and your chakra getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. You are feeling it. You are feeling well. You feel the vibration throughout your body. You can see the vibration of the light. All of that. You want to really, really, really feel it and breathe it in. Feel it and breathe it in. And you do that with each and every one of your stones. Okay? And then you see the alignment of the light. The alignment of the light. It is one big, beautiful aura all around you. One big, beautiful aura all around you. And you just breathe that energy in. Take it in for however long you need to. Take in the light. Feel yourself. By then, even as I'm talking about it, I feel lighter. But by the end, you will almost not be able to feel the bed under you. You will not be able to feel, you will feel elevated. You will naturally feel elevated. Okay. And it may take a couple times. Don't be too hard on yourself. It may take practice. It may take a couple times for you to get used to it. And for you to really, really feel it and get into the deep meditative space that you need. But that's what the spiritual journey is about, right? It's about practicing. It's not about perfection. It's about the fact that we are practitioners. We are constantly practicing, practicing, practicing to be better and better and better. So that's what it's about, okay? So aligning the chakras, your spiritual bathing, your Reiki, and then you want to do your crystal meditation that you can do on yourself. And it's almost like doing Reiki on yourself in a sense. Create your energy cleansing mist. You can definitely do that. And just really, really like feel it and get into it. Don't be afraid to try different things. You know, the spiritual bath and the crystal cleanser, the crystal meditation, that's stuff that you can do on your own. Finding a good Reiki practitioner, that's something that you will have to do. And you can probably just Google Reiki practitioners in your area and you'll be able to find them. And that's it. Those are my 3 recommendations right now for chakra alignments and everything. I'm gonna go back and read some of y'all comments and then I'm gonna log off because my phone is on 11%. Okay. Y'all keep burping. I don't know why. Oh, I had ginger and peppermint. I'm like, I keep burping. So when you add ginger, ginger has a lot of it basically removes gas from the body, so I keep burping and I'm like, wow, but it was because I was chewing ginger. Y'all, let me tell you, okay, I was sitting outside yesterday and my allergies started acting up, so I came in the house and I just started chewing ginger, and family, I done went through too much ginger, okay, to the point that I woke up this morning and my body was on fire. And I was like, what is going on? Why am I so hot? It was the ginger. I guess in the middle of the night, the ginger was like, oh, you think we playing? And that thing came for me. Yes, follow Sean Williams. Please follow Sean Williams on Instagram. Universal Lighthouse. Her name is Universal Lighthouse on Instagram. Follow her on Instagram, Universal Lighthouse. She is a Reiki practitioner in the DMV area. If you don't have a tub, will a shower work? For spiritual baths, yes. So you can make a spiritual bath tea and the shower will work. You can make a spiritual bath tea. So essentially everything that you put in the spiritual bath, you just boil on the stove, and the spirit that's making a spiritual bath tea, and you will pour it over your head while you are in the shower, and you will just rub it into your skin and rub it on your body. If you don't have a tub, you can still take a spiritual bath. You make the spiritual bath tea on the stove, you let it cool down, boil the water, boil everything in the water, let it cool down, and then you pour it over yourself, okay? And that's how you make the spiritual bath tea, and you use it in the shower. Okay, family. So I think I'm going to log off. Prince Honest said, love me or leave me and move on so I can do the same. I know that's right. Your mom used to think that you would go to the group meetings and end up getting killed, dismembered, and sacrificed. Listen, as crazy as that sounds, people have heard horror stories. So sometimes people in our family have these dramatic, things that they think is going to happen to us, especially being on a spiritual journey. And you talking about like hoodoo and voodoo and all this other stuff. Also, a sister friend shouted me out and told me that it was Hoodoo Heritage Month. So shout out to Hoodoo Heritage Month. I wasn't even aware of that. She told me that. She told me it's Hoodoo Heritage Month. And I haven't fact checked it, but if it's true, happy Hoodoo Heritage Month to everybody out there. Said Orange Moon said, as long as I'm not trying to kill your ass. I know that's right. And that's also another fear too. Some people think that you get into spirituality and stuff and you're gonna put a spell on them or do something crazy, and people do have that fear. So, I understand that, but once again, people who love you will absolutely support you regardless. But okay, family, I'm about to log off. and get my life. Okay, I have another podcast to do at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be a guest on a friend of mine podcast. It's called Next on the Aux. I'll put it on my Instagram. He just started a podcast about like hip hop, and it's him and his friend. And you know, if y'all know me, y'all know I love hip hop. Grew up a huge hip hop fan. So he asked me to be a guest on his podcast, to talk about various current events in hip hop and things like that. So I'll be doing that tonight at 8 o'clock on Instagram Live. It'll be, you know, me, and I think I'm gonna add to their live. I don't know, y'all. Y'all know I'm not a tech person, but I think I'm gonna add to their live. So it'll be Next on the Aux Instagram Live. Yes, y'all can watch. I think y'all, if you follow me on Instagram at TheQueenPo on everything, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see the notification come up, next on the aux. That's what I'll be on. But I think you'll be able to like click it from my page and all that other good stuff. But that'll be tonight at 8 o'clock. It's a real thing. Hoodoo Heritage Month. Randy Michelle, it's a real thing. Okay, so happy Hoodoo Heritage Month. I hope that y'all enjoy and, you know, get into all your hoodoo goodness. Maybe I'll do a live specifically about hoodoo. Y'all know like hoodoo is my roots, and it's where, you know, my family root practices. So I'll probably do a live about hoodoo, and give some good hoodoo information and maybe some tips and some tricks and things like that. Yes, Brandy is definitely quick with it. Don't we love Brandy? Shout out to our moderators, Brandy, Michelle, Orange Moon, Bella. Come on, Brandy says she worked 3 screens. All right now, Brandy. Go ahead now. But thank y'all so much. I appreciate the love and support. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, Patreon, join the wellness community if you can. $5 a month, patreon.com/TheQueenPo. Thank you, Orange Moon, Brandy, Michelle, Bella, for, you know, putting that in there. Thank y'all so much for liking and sharing this video. I appreciate it. And once again, family, show yourself the love and support. And also know for sure that your community and your support system will attract to you as you continue to stay on your journey and continue to stay on your path. Know for sure that it will attract to you. Okay, family, I send you much love, much light, much positive energy. And thank y'all so much for joining in with my new little background. Y'all know I moved. So I'm in Brooklyn. My new little background, these two right here. I hope I'm doing it right. These are vision boards. This one is a vision board I did for my 29th birthday. This is for my 27th birthday. This is the tapestry. That down there is just a little table I keep next to my bed where I burn all my incense and oils. That's a bag of oils and stuff right there, essential oils and all of that. So these are all incense and oils and herbs and different things over here. And then this is just a lamp and some dental floss and Q-tips and things like that. Okay. But thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate your energy. Much love and light. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace, man.